Hi, I'd like to do a little review. It's going to be very unprofessional. It's just my thoughts as a complete layperson on the August EP650 Bluetooth headphones. Now, I bought these about 2 years ago. Now, knowing me, I will have done a hell of a lot of surfing to find the best price, and from memory, I'm pretty sure I paid £25, which is good. Now, I've looked this morning online on the all-conquering Amazon, and they are retailing at £39.95. But I'm sure with a bit of research, you can find them cheaper elsewhere. But it is always worth looking. I've done myself a quick list of things that I should really cover with these. I had a few priorities. Cost was one, like I say, £25. It's good. £40. I think for £40, still good. So that's a bit of a spoiler alert. I like these. I think, to be honest, if I'm going to do any reviews, I'm just going to do stuff that I like. Stuff that I don't think is much good, I'm not interested in. It can go in the bin, or that's it. So price wise, really good. Obviously, second, or probably for some people, first priority would be sound. Now, the sound I think is phenomenal. Bass response is really, really good. I predominantly listen in small bursts. Maybe half an hour of some of favourite tunes. I tend to listen to a lot of dance music, so bass was important, and really not disappointed with these. Now, my point of reference is nothing really high end. Now, I have listened to the Bose and things like that, and I've listened to them in store, and that's always the ideal situation. Now, majority of the time I listen to music, and it's things like YouTube. It's not a high resolution, format. So, like I say, their ideal situation. And to be honest, I'd put them up there. I'd put them up with the enjoyment you get from them. I'd put it up there with the Bose. But they're predominantly very, very, very expensive. So sound really good. As in the description, they are Bluetooth, so wireless. Now, the connectivity, or the ease of connection was easy, phenomenal. Some things are some Chinese-made things, which I presume these are, because I don't know August as a brand, and I'm presuming they are Chinese. And sometimes they can be the Bluetooth connection can be something weird and wonderful, and it doesn't get recognised. But these are recognised as an audio output, and absolutely no problem. Came up on my screen as EP650, so kind of pretty easily recognisable. I know some Bluetooth things, they come up with strange numbers, and you think, is that it? I have actually, and it was quite amusing, connected to the neighbour's soundbar. Didn't think you could do that, but they thought they were going mental when my choice of music came through to them. But so we had a laugh at that. But these come through, it's no problem. EP650. Battery life. Looking on Amazon, it said 15 hours. I wouldn't say that was over. I would say that was probably right. I don't listen to it at that kind of length of time. Maybe half an hour here, there, and everywhere, and it lasts me a good while. And they charge fairly quickly, and you can charge and listen to at the same time, which is good. But obviously you're then connected to your outlet plug. But I've not had a problem. Like I say, one of the good things I think about these is they are, like I say, cheap Chinese thing. But I came back to them after not using them for 6 months, charged them up, and they were just as good. There's no issue with the battery, so it says to me that they've got a half decent cell in there. That always concerns me when it's it's a battery that you can't change, and it's not external. But I've had no problem with that. Looking online, obviously I've chosen the black, as you can see. They come in red, gold, black, and I've got here blue, white, and silver. I chose black just for simplicity's sake. And I think some of the gold and the metallic stuff are a bit cheesy, and I would maybe get scratched. Don't know. I can't say that because the finish in this is a dark matte black. Now the one thing with them is they do get fingerprints, and if I put some photos on, which I will try to edit into it, but I'm not very good at editing, but I'll try and put some clear photos. It'll probably have my grubby fingerprints on, but it is what it is. It doesn't bother me. But, I think it looks nice. Construction is fairly substantial. Now, my point of reference with these, with quality, is I've in the past had, and still have somewhere, Sennheiser earphones, which are good quality, similar price with less technology. Sound, I don't think, is any better. So I think, and I don't think longevity will be any less with these. Like I say, they do fold, and the hinges seem fairly robust. I mean, I'm always gentle. I mean, if you hand them to your kids, I'm sure they could break them for you within a couple of minutes. But sensible use. And like I say, I've had them 2 years. What I did do is get a case. I think for £4, an eBay job, and absolutely fits them perfectly once they're folded up. Goes in, no worries. Because they didn't come with a case, they came with a box, and soon get rid of boxes. You've got that many things hanging around. I haven't mentioned the sound. Now I think, again, looking at specs on Amazon, these are things that I will have forgotten, but I will have researched at the time. I believe, and I don't know how to pronounce it, I don't know whether it's apt-X is the Bluetooth that it can receive or output, which I believe is high end, or it might be APTX. I don't know. Like I say, I'm not no expert, but I did read into it and watch YouTube videos before purchase, which is what I usually do. So hence me doing this, because it's always nice to have somebody else's opinion. I'll give you a quick tour on them. I mean, there's not much to them. So there's a headband, nothing on top, which is, I think, is kind of quite cool, because it's a no name, isn't it? I mean, it says August on the side, small, but if you're fashionista and that it means something to you, they're subtle. On this side, you've got the controls. So the big button in the centre, press and hold, it bleeps, and surround turns blue, and you connect it that way. The good thing is you can connect and hold and hear the bleep without it being on your head. So they're connected before you put them on. Because what I have done in the past with other Bluetooth devices is thought they were connected, cranked it up, thinking these aren't that good. And the reason why is because they're not actually playing through the Bluetooth, and then the girlfriend says, "Why are you listening to that dead loud? I'm trying to watch Coronation Street." But anyway, so we've got plus and minus for the volume, which to be honest I rarely use. I tend to, because I'm listening via the phone, use that control. But I did try it the other day, and what I thought was full volume, which was plenty loud enough, wasn't full volume, and I could have actually pumped it up a bit more. and I did briefly, but it was too much. So play and pause, which does work on things like YouTube, etc. Which again, I very rarely use, because I'm actually I've got the device in my hand, so I just pause and play via that, and skip and return. Like I say, don't tend to use them. One thing I did notice the other day, I accidentally tapped the button and it started phoning my friend. He didn't answer, which is typical him, but yeah, so you can make phone calls. So if you have a look on the bottom of here where you have the micro USB charging port, there is also a little hole which I believe is the microphone. Other side is the 3.5mm headphone jack. So you do get a 3.5mm to 3.5mm, so you can plug it in should the battery go. Sound is still good. I think it's slightly better wireless. I think there's more volume. Like I say, I'm not into listening to high resolution. Did have a phase of doing that, and then found you're not actually listening to the music, you're more trying to listen to how good the stereo is, etc. And it took it away from me. It's so I have got some high-end audio equipment, and yeah, like I say, just listening. You just want to listen to the music. You don't want to kind of. Some people, audiophiles, absolutely love that. These aren't audiophile products, but they're perfectly adequate. In fact, I mean, let's give them a score. Out of 10. The price I paid, which was £25. I would give it a solid 9. 9.5, 10. Why not 10? I mean, it's. I don't know what I would change. At the £40, I've saw them on Amazon. I would give them a solid 8.5. I bet there's equivalents for that kind of £40, but I couldn't comment. Don't know. That £40 would take them above the Sennheiser products that I've had and have, and compare them with, and by about £10, so kind of 25%. And then these are 25% better than those, but then these are wireless and they're not. So yeah, that's kind of a bit of a roundup, bit of a rambling review. Again, shop around. So the August EP650, real decent quality. One final thing is I found out on again on Amazon, keep mentioning them, but they're not the only retailers, though you'd think so. The foam is replaceable. I can't see how you'd wear them out particularly quickly unless you're a heavy user of them, or they get pinched or something gets ripped, and then I suppose the foam would come and be a bit of a pain in the backside. Talking about the foam, they do isolate the sound really well, because I've sat in the garden, cranked the music up, and it's not disturbed people sitting right next to me, so that's pretty good. They are warm, but I tell you what, if you can find something that are basically earmuffs that aren't warm, then you're a better person than me. I didn't find them uncomfortable at all, and they do adjust. I mean, I've got a pinhead, but they do adjust, and yeah, they would be massive. That's for people with a massive Swede, and if you've got that, I think it'll still suit you. So there you go. So yeah, get them. They're good.